Welcome, travelers, to a journey through time. We're setting sail not for distant planets, but for a different kind of cosmos, the world of the Vikings. These weren't just fierce warriors, as popular culture might have you believe. They were master navigators, skilled shipbuilders, and cunning traders who left their mark on the world. Imagine a time long ago when the seas were highways and the unknown beckoned. The Vikings, hailing from the rugged landscapes of Scandinavia, dared to explore the vast expanse of our planet. Their exploits, etched in history and whispered in legends, reveal a civilization of remarkable ingenuity and resilience. From the icy fjords of Norway to the shores of North America, their voyages challenged the limits of human exploration. So join me, fellow explorers, as we venture into the heart of the Viking Age. Prepare to unearth the secrets of their longships, unravel the mysteries of their mythology, and discover the true impact of these legendary seafarers. To understand the Vikings, we must first journey to their homeland, Scandinavia. This isn't just a name on a map, but a region shaped by colossal forces, both geological and astronomical. Imagine a land sculpted by glaciers, where towering mountains plunge into icy fjords. Here, under the ethereal glow of the aurora borealis, the Vikings forged their identity. The long winters, cloaked in darkness, fostered a deep connection to the natural world, while the brief, intense summers were a time for raiding and exploration. These weren't simply brutal barbarians, as some historical accounts might suggest. The Vikings were a product of their environment, a hardy and resourceful people who learned to navigate treacherous seas and survive in unforgiving lands. Their mastery of shipbuilding, honed over generations, would allow them to venture far beyond their known world, carrying with them their culture, their beliefs, and their insatiable thirst for adventure. The Viking Age, spanning roughly from the 8th to the 11th centuries, was a period of remarkable expansion and influence. But what sparked this sudden surge in raiding and exploration? Some historians point to overpopulation in Scandinavia, forcing the Vikings to seek new lands and resources. Others suggest a desire for wealth and glory, fueled by tales of rich monasteries and vulnerable settlements ripe for the taking. Whatever the reason, the Vikings embarked on a campaign of conquest and exploration that would leave its mark on history. Their longships, swift and deadly, became symbols of terror and innovation, allowing them to strike with lightning speed and disappear just as quickly. But the Vikings were more than just raiders. They were also skilled traders, establishing extensive trade networks that spanned continents. From the bustling markets of Constantinople to the far reaches of the Caspian Sea, the Vikings exchanged goods, ideas, and cultures, forging connections that would shape the course of history. The Viking longship, a masterpiece of engineering, was more than just a vessel. It was a symbol of power and ingenuity, key to their success. Sleek and agile, it moved with the grace of a seabird. Shallow drafts allowed navigation of rivers and coastlines. Clinker-built hulls provided flexibility and strength. The true genius lay in its sail. A single large square sail harnessed the wind's power. This allowed them to explore uncharted waters. These ships reflected the Vikings' mastery of the sea. The Vikings' shipbuilding prowess wasn't limited to their longships. They constructed a variety of vessels, each designed for a specific purpose. There were the Nars, sturdy cargo ships used for trade and exploration, capable of carrying heavy loads across vast distances. Then there were the Schneckjars, smaller and faster than longships, used for scouting and raiding parties. The Vikings' understanding of hydrodynamics and their ability to adapt their designs to different environments were truly remarkable. Consider the intricate details of their craftsmanship. They used iron rivets to hold their ships together, providing superior strength compared to the wooden pegs used by other cultures. They also used tarred wool to caulk their ships, making them remarkably watertight. These advancements in shipbuilding, coupled with their exceptional navigational skills, allowed the Vikings to dominate the seas for centuries, leaving an indelible mark on the world and its history. For centuries, Europe feared the dragon-prowed ships emerging from the mist. These were the Vikings, known for their swift, brutal raids. Imagine the terror of witnessing these fierce warriors. Monasteries, towns, even cities fell to their attacks. Their mastery of the sea was unparalleled. This maritime prowess made them a formidable force. The Viking raids had a profound impact on European history. They hastened the decline of the Carolingian Empire and forced kingdoms to adapt. Castles were built, alliances forged, and new strategies developed. The Vikings were catalysts for change, integrating their influence into European society. Their legacy is one of resilience, adaptation, and cultural exchange. Viking society was surprisingly structured. Jarls ruled, but leadership was earned through strength and charisma. Below them were the carls, the freemen. Farmers, fishermen, and craftsmen formed the backbone of society. Thralls, often captives, could earn freedom. The Thing Assembly allowed free Vikings to voice opinions and settle disputes. Contrary to popular belief, women in Viking society enjoyed a surprisingly high degree of freedom and agency. They could own property, inherit wealth, and even initiate divorce. Viking women were expected to be strong and resourceful. They managed households, raised children, and participated in trade. The sagas are replete with strong female characters. These stories reveal their strength, intelligence, and spirit. The Vikings looked to the heavens and saw a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Odin, the All-Father, was a god of wisdom, war, and magic. He sacrificed one eye for wisdom. Thor, the god of thunder, protected Asgard with his hammer, Mjolnir. Freyja, the goddess of love and beauty, was also associated with magic and prophecy. Viking mythology wasn't just about gods and goddesses. It also encompassed a complex cosmology, a vision of 9 interconnected worlds, linked by Yggdrasil, the world tree, symbolizing interconnectedness. Asgard represented order, Midgard, human struggle, and Jotunheim, chaos. Ragnarok foretold a cataclysmic end leading to rebirth. Viking mythology reveals their hopes, fears, and connection to nature, a testament to storytelling's power, inspiring us today. We often think of Christopher Columbus as the first European in the Americas. But the Vikings reached the New World centuries earlier. How did they do it? With an uncanny ability to navigate using the stars, the sun, and the waves. Their longships were marvels of maritime engineering. Sleek, swift, and sturdy, they could weather fierce storms. Driven by adventure, they sailed into history. Around the year 1000 AD, a Viking expedition led by Leif Erikson made landfall on the shores of North America. They called this new land Vinland, likely for the wild grapes they found growing there. This wasn't just a fleeting visit, mind you. The Vikings established a settlement at L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, evidence of which remains to this day. Imagine the remnants of their longhouses, their workshops, their very lives stand as a testament to their incredible journey across the Atlantic. The Vikings' time in Vinland was short-lived. Conflicts with the indigenous people, whom they called Skraelings, and the challenges of sustaining a settlement across a vast ocean eventually led to their departure. But their story, much like the stars that guided them, continues to shine bright. It reminds us that the human spirit of exploration knows no bounds, and that the quest to discover new horizons is woven into the very fabric of our being. While the Vikings are often remembered for their raids, they were also savvy traders, establishing a vast network of trade routes that stretched across continents. Their longships, perfectly suited for navigating rivers as well as seas, allowed them to reach deep into the heartlands of Europe and Asia. Imagine these fearsome warriors with their horned helmets and axes transforming into shrewd merchants, bartering for goods and forging alliances. From the bustling markets of Constantinople to the icy shores of Greenland, the Vikings' influence was felt far and wide. They traded in a dazzling array of goods, silks and spices from the east, timber and furs from Scandinavia, walrus ivory from Greenland, and even slaves captured during their raids. This exchange of goods and ideas helped to shape the course of history, connecting cultures and driving economic growth. The Vikings' trade routes weren't just about material wealth, they were conduits for knowledge and cultural exchange. Ideas, beliefs, and technologies flowed along these maritime highways, transforming societies and leaving an indelible mark on the world. Consider the impact of Arabic silver coins flowing into Scandinavia through Viking trade, or the spread of Norse mythology and storytelling into the heart of Russia. These exchanges enriched cultures and broadened horizons, demonstrating the power of connection in a world often divided. The Vikings, with their entrepreneurial spirit and mastery of the seas, played a pivotal role in shaping the medieval world. Their legacy as traders is as significant as their reputation as warriors, reminding us that exploration and commerce can be powerful forces for change. We often picture Vikings as fierce warriors, wielding axes and raiding coastal settlements. And while their martial prowess is undeniable, to define them solely by their raids is to overlook a rich tapestry of artistry and craftsmanship that flourished within their culture. The Vikings, you see, were not just conquerors, they were creators. They possessed a deep appreciation for beauty and craftsmanship, evident in the intricate designs they wove into their clothing, the elaborate carvings adorning their ships, and the stunning jewelry they wore with pride. Their artistic skills extended beyond mere decoration. They were master metalworkers, forging weapons of legendary strength and beauty, and skilled shipbuilders, crafting longships that were as graceful as they were formidable. One of the most striking aspects of Viking art is its intricate detail. Take their wood carvings, for example. These weren't crude etchings, but rather elaborate scenes depicting mythological creatures, intertwined serpents, and complex knotwork patterns known as Ernest style. These designs, often found on everyday objects like combs and bowls, reveal a deep connection to their mythology and a reverence for the natural world. Imagine running your fingers over these intricate carvings, feeling the legacy of 1,000 years of history etched into every curve and line. The Vikings' artistic legacy extends beyond their own time. Their distinctive style continues to inspire artists and designers today, reminding us that even the fiercest warriors can have a deep appreciation for beauty and craftsmanship. The Vikings, those intrepid explorers, began to face challenges on multiple fronts. Their world was reshaping. Kingdoms consolidated power, bolstering defenses, castles grew into fortresses, armies trained to counter Vikings. The tide began to turn. The Vikings faced a new reality. The waning of the Viking Age wasn't solely due to external pressures. Internal factors too played a significant role. The adoption of Christianity by many Vikings, while integrating them into the broader European fabric, also signaled a shift away from their traditional beliefs and way of life. The Vikings' renowned seafaring skills, once used for exploration and raiding, were now increasingly channeled into trade and peaceful exploration. Their legendary longships, once symbols of terror, were becoming vessels of commerce, plying the seas with goods instead of warriors. The very essence of what it meant to be Viking was undergoing a transformation. The fierce independence, the thirst for adventure, the unwavering self-reliance. These traits, while not entirely extinguished, were being tempered by the realities of a changing world. The Viking Age, like all eras, was not destined to last forever, but its impact, like the echo of a mighty roar, would continue to resonate long after the last longship had sailed into the sunset. Though the Viking Age has ended, their stories continue to orbit our imagination. These sagas offer a glimpse into the Viking worldview woven from courage and wonder. Imagine a realm where gods and giants walked the earth, with Thor defending Asgard. These deities interacted with mortals, shaping existence. Vikings saw their world as a struggle between order and chaos. Their stories reflected heroic deeds and epic battles. These sagas were a testament to their resilience and belief in the human spirit. The Vikings, like celestial navigators charting the cosmos, left their mark on maps and storytelling. Tales of Loki, Beowulf, and voyages to distant lands inspire art and cinema. Intricate carvings on ships and runestones capture their myths and legends. Each design, each heroic deed links to their oral tradition. Stories like seeds in the wind found fertile ground in imaginations, from Icelandic sagas to Tolkien's Middle-earth. Viking mythology influences fantasy. Vikings sailed into the mists of time, but their stories shine brightly, reminding us of wonder and boundless possibility. And so we come to the end of our own journey, a voyage through the fjords of time, exploring the world of the Vikings. From their humble beginnings in Scandinavia to their far-reaching voyages across the globe, the Vikings have left an indelible mark on our history, our culture, and our collective imagination. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Viking history. May their spirit of exploration, their thirst for knowledge, and their unwavering resilience continue to inspire us to push the boundaries of what's possible and to explore the vast, uncharted territories of knowledge that lie before us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical deep dives. Until next time, keep your minds curious and your imaginations ignited.